Seeing Mr. Cabrutus here, looking in utter dismay as his website has been banned from the Google search engine, reminds me what I went through back in 2018 when my channel got shadow banned on YouTube. Of course, I found out later that YouTube didn't target me specifically, it just raised authoritarian sources so that independent content creators wouldn't be found. So like back then, if you were to type my name, if you were to type V in the YouTube search engine, like my channel would pop up. Now it doesn't, and it was the same with my Patreon. Like if you type my name in the Google search engine, my Patreon would come up. And that's when you learn the shenanigans, like all the trickery that is done through stealth. Obviously, it's not meant to dissuade you or me because we know what's going on with the search engine. But like most general people, like the audience, the normies, they have no clue, right? They believe that no, Google is actually a tool. And the tool is designed for you to actually search what you want to find. But in reality, no. Like Google is a company that pushes stuff onto you. It's like a pitch engine. It's not a search engine. And it pitches stuff that, for instance, has their advertisers, like stuff that pays more for the CEO, stuff that they find politically correct, and suppresses stuff that they find politically incorrect. So one of the things that they suppressed is the website of Mr. Cabrutus, the DEI detected website, which is basically highlighting video games that have consultants like Sweet Baby in them, right? And Google doesn't want you to know that. Like, they're ashamed of it, I guess. Like, they don't want you to know that some people worked really hard in order to put diversity, inclusivity, and equity into the game, the hallmark of American values. And Google is like, no, you shouldn't know this. It should be done in secret. They should be like, I guess black ops, right? Like these consultants groups should be considered like black ops. Like they will never get the Medal of Honor for what they're doing because their work is secretive. But all jokes aside, it's no surprise that it happened. Like most people do know that Google is ideologically oriented. I believe that once Gemini was released to the public and people could type in medieval kings eating watermelons, everyone was convinced about how progressive Google is. So that's not the question of why they removed it. The fact that surprises me is that they actually view it to be influential enough and scary enough that they did decide to remove it. Because I just unironically thought that, okay, well, Gamergate 2.0 came along and a lot of people got involved. They didn't have the energy of the first Gamergate. And it started to die out to the point where most people weren't even talking about it. But the fact that they did decide to shadow ban it shows that probably a lot of these companies were whining to Google, like they were crying about it, and it was actually influencing their sales. And they want to suppress it. I think like their marketing team are reaching out to social media. They're like, please, taskete, F1. Which is very interesting because like on one hand, you're hiring these consultants to make sure that your game isn't offensive. And on the other hand, by hiring these particular consultants, you guarantee that the game is offensive. And the consultants themselves get the controversy on Twitter, right? Because like that was the main reason why they would hire consultants like Sweet Baby. It's like, okay, well, if we don't, we're going to get people on Twitter angry at us. But Sweet Baby itself doesn't know how. Like it literally lacks the knowledge on how to not upset people on Twitter. I mean, they started this shit by having like one of their employees suggest that this guy's Steam account should be taken away. Like, if it wasn't for that employee, Gamergate 2.0 would have never happened. So anyway, that's what really surprises me, the fact that it actually makes an impact to the point where they considered it problematic enough that it had to be taken down. Now, if you go on other search engines, so if you use Bing or if you use DuckDuckGo, you can find this man's website. It's just Google. And I don't think that it's done without purpose, right? I don't think it was an accident or a bug or a glitch in the system which causes his website to be shadow banned. And in fact, I wouldn't even say shadow banned, right? If you type the exact name of the website, like you're being incredibly specific with what you're looking for, you will still not get it. It's 0 search results. Like it has been removed from within the algorithm itself. It's blacklisted. So people saying that it's shadow banned, I disagree. It's worse, right? Because like a shadow ban means that is just being suppressed. But in reality, it just doesn't exist on the search engine. You can't find it. It's banned. Like a shadow ban, the way I would view it is like if you search in the general theme, right? So you see like search for websites that talk about DEI, right? Like stuff like that, and the website doesn't pop up. But if you search for the actual name, it does. In this situation, no, it just doesn't at all. It just doesn't exist. And as you can see, like people are pointing out, I tried it myself and I got the same result. But I just checked for Bing, DDG, and Yahoo. It's top result. Like the website does get traffic to the point where other search engines are putting it on top. Because you could make the argument, well, okay, maybe no one visits the website. This is like the thing that pisses me off the most, when it's so obvious that it's shadow banned, but like you have like some people on Twitter going, it's like, nah, let me pour some gaslight over you. Instead, Google shows results that include the query, but doesn't list the actual site. Google results are known to lean left and be a bit and sometimes a lot biased, but I think it's mostly that Google is just a very shitty search engine that regularly gives irrelevant results. It's been garbage for a long time now. You know, the sad thing is, as garbage as the website is, I would say that its competitors are worse. The only good thing, though, is if you use something like ChatGPT connected to the internet and you ask for it to search for things, it actually finds the stuff that you're looking for. So, I don't know how many people do that, but I've started doing it recently. I'm just using AI in order to search for stuff, and it's a lot more effective than using any search engine that I know. It filters out most of the garbage. It actually finds what you want it to find. And maybe I shouldn't have said this in public because they're going to patch it. But yeah, like there was a point when Google was actually afraid of AI and they called it a red alert. They had like all hands on deck in order to figure out what to do about it. And they called their original founders, and it was an emergency because they were afraid people would use AI over their search engine. And, you know, it's not as convenient to use AI over Google, but if Google is going to keep pulling these shitty tricks, if they keep pulling these bizarre shenanigans, then yeah, I'm not surprised that people are going to try and use ChatGPT or Bing more, which hopefully would get Google to roll back some of its decisions, but I doubt it. Anyway, if you like my channel, don't forget, I got a link into the pinned comment. Takes you over to my subscribe star and over to my live stream channel. If you subscribe there, I live stream every day, assuming that Google reminds you guys that I'm live. Let me know what you think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.